Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great, and we, my friends, are playing some more Magic Legion. Now, I want to go ahead and apologize for not uploading a video yesterday. I am very sorry, but as you knew from the video previously, I was away with some friends and doing some stuff and things. As things got crazy, we didn't really have time to post a video, or when I did, it was a bit too late. It was like, it wouldn't have uploaded until about 10 o'clock at night, so I just decided that I wasn't going to upload a video and I was going to just make one for you today. So I really do appreciate all of the love and stuff, but guys, today we're not going to be playing on server 94. We're just going to be quickly collecting our stuff, because I want to actually go ahead and show you what I've been doing over on the other account. Now, I haven't really shown the other account very much, and that's because I've purposely been trying to do one particular thing, and now we're almost there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go check that out in just a second. So one thing that I do want to talk about, though, is the cross-server event, guys. Tell me in the comments down below, because I haven't really spoke about this. Is there any in this event that you think is worth it? Now, you can clearly see that there's not very many people think that there are any that are worth it. Now, obviously, the 5,000 diamonds for the 100 personal points is very, very worth it, or potential points. The ability points, is it the ability points or the personal points? I think it's the ability points, actually. No. Yeah, it's the potential points. So it is the one that is sold out. Now, obviously, that is a really good thing to buy, because of obviously you're getting 100 cards. So that means you're going to be able to upgrade 100 points into one stat or in multiple stats. So this is actually a very good card, a very good one to buy for 5,000 diamonds. But tell me your thoughts down below, guys. The other one that I think is quite a good buy here is actually the soul fragments, especially if you need the 5-star or the 6-star souls. Now, I'm very quickly just going to show you what my souls are at, so you can see here that I've got quite a lot of like legendary souls or purple souls. So I'm not really in need of the fragments so much, because I've only got a few purple ones left to change out. So it's not really a big deal for me to really go buy in the cross-server ones, which is 3,000 diamonds. But if it is for you, then this could be a really good option, because if you look at this, for a small one, I think small is between 100 and 500. Okay, so it's between 50 to 300. That means the medium one is between 300 and 1,000, I think. Yep, 300 and 800. And then the large one is obviously 800 to 2,000. Okay, so it's 500 to 2,000. So you could potentially get a lot of fragments here. And for 3,000 diamonds, you could pretty much guarantee yourself a legendary soul, which could be good. The only other one is obviously right down the bottom, which is the 200 diamonds for the 100 runes and 300 prestiges, because as I've said in previous videos, is more than worth it, because it's like 200 diamonds for 100 runes, whereas you're going to spend 210 diamonds for, I think, 60 runes in the shop. So again, really good value there. But put down your thoughts in the comments down below and tell me what you think is good value or not, because that's kind of what I think. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over onto server 96 right now, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing over here. Now, I'm not going to lie, when King and Magic came out, I kind of negated this one here, because I was kind of playing a server over on King and Magic, like, you know, if you watch that series as well. I was playing 94 over on here, and to play a third server just kind of, it became a bit too much, because I was just doing kind of the same thing on all 3 servers. So I felt like I was playing the game 3 times over, and it kind of got a little bit repetitive. So I kind of negated server 96 quite a bit because I was focusing on 94 and obviously, oh nice, a witch. And I was also focusing on obviously server 3 over on King and Magic. So I haven't really progressed in terms of getting any further when it comes to the map and stuff when I've been playing this server. But the one thing that I have been doing is I've still been logging in on like a daily basis and claiming the stuff and things that's been going on. So you can see the huge thing that I have done on this page, guys. If you've already spotted it, then you are an eagle-eyed viewer. But if you haven't, it is this right here, guys. It is the spell number 1. Now, I have spent about 8,000 diamonds or even 9,000 diamonds on this spell number 1 to upgrade it to a spell number 1 level 9. Now, that level 9 is actually going to grant me a bonus of an 84% stun resistance. Now, I think that the spell can only go up to level 10, which means that you'll get a 90% chance to get a stun resistance. Now, if you don't know what stun resistance is, guys, resistance means that you cannot be affected by something. So, for example, I have a 90%, or at the moment, I have an 84% chance to avoid being stunned. Now, this is super, super crucial for any stuns going. Now, you can change this over. I didn't actually start building that, did I? This is really, really crucial because of everyone running the witch and also running the touch of the abyss. Now, having this as the 6-star mount, you can also go and get the behemoth, I believe it's called, in the 5-star mounts. So this guy right here, you can get this guy, but this guy, I believe he's only going to give you I think he's a 75 or an 80% chance when it's fully upgraded to actually give you a stun resistance. So he's not as good as the 6-star hero, but for a 5-star hero, he's still a very, very good pick because he has the stun resistance ability, which is a really good ability to have, especially in this stage that everyone is running the stun effects. Now I'm going to show you, you can see here the witch is my main source of the stun, but a lot of people will actually have this spell right here. If we go and check in here, a lot of people will have this spell here, which is a 400% damage to all enemy targets with a 100% chance to stun the enemy for 4 seconds. Now, this is a really, really common spell because of that stun effect, and 9 times out of 10, it is the first spell in the board of heroes or of people's spells. Because of that stun effect, it gives them time to do some good damage, but then it also gives their witch time to obviously get the victory, because that is like an almost instant cast spell. So it will give you the advantage and let your witch continue to stun the enemy. So it's a really, really important, and I'm going to show you just how powerful it can be. I'm going to purposely not use my ward or my purification, and hopefully we're going to fight a couple of people in the dungeon that are running the witch. Like, look at this, we've already facing someone with the witch, but look at that, see what I was just talking about, the touch of the touch of the abyss was already the spell number 1 there, but because of the fact of I have an 84% stun resistance, it didn't actually stun me, so all of my heroes are continuing to move and continue to fight and use their spells. Whereas if I didn't have that from the motorbike, or if you have it with the 5-star mount, it can really change the tides of a battle, especially if the enemy team has the witch as well, because as you saw there, with that spell that he used first, his witch would have had time to, like, look at this, his witch has just cast the stun, and the only one she was able to hit was actually my war mage in the front line. Now he's just cast the abyss, but you can see here that again the only one he's managed to stun was my commander. So it just goes to show how important and how much how much resistance this can do. We are fighting people that are a bit higher than me as well at the moment, so we are probably going to take a fair bit of damage here. I'm just going to cast my ward here just so that I can possibly survive and actually take this fight. I might just reset it actually. Let's just reset this. Because I wasn't really casting spells, because it was more because I wanted to show you the resistance and how important having that resistance is. So let's go ahead and hit the shield this time so that I can keep people up. Hopefully we're going to break that shield pretty quick. There's the breaking of the shield. We're going to just go ahead and quickly turn... Oh, damn it, I wanted to turn Arno into the pig. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and cast this spell this time, killing Arno, and now we're going to have Arno in our front lines. Like, look at this, he's used the Thorn again, but the resistance is actually helping me not be affected by this, and it is such an important thing to have. Being able to have high resistance. Now, you can actually do this with, I believe, the heroes as well. You can go ahead and put in like the magic evade and stuff. Like if we come into the formations, you can enhance this even more by having like the magic dodge and also having like the physical dodge. But it's a little bit harder because of obviously they're just going to evade the spells. So for example, if you have magical dodge up high, then you'll have the potential of dodging the magic attack, which is the stun effect. So bear that in mind, guys. But the only thing that you got to bear in mind as well is if your magical dodge isn't as high as the magical hit, then however the fall off is, then that's the potential that you're going to have to still be hit. So looking at the witch here, you can see down the on the bottom right, magical hit is 152%, whereas magical dodge is 80%, which means that I have an 80% chance to actually dodge a magical attack, but I have twice the amount of magical possibility to hit the attack. So, for example, if my magical dodge was 152%, then the likelihood of the witch hitting my witch would be 0, because of the fact that I would have just as much magical dodge as she has magical hit. So it would be a 50-50% chance whether or not she was going to cast the spell and land it or not. And it would be the other way round as well. It would be a 50-50% chance whether or not I was going to be able to dodge the attack. So you've got to bear that in mind, guys. If your magical dodge is higher than the magical hit, then you're probably going to dodge the attack. If your magical dodge is lower than the magical hit, you're probably going to be hit by the attack. So it's a little bit confusing, but that's pretty much how it works. If the magical attack is higher than the magical dodge, you're going to be hit by it. That's pretty much what it means, guys. So just try to bear that in mind. We've actually just gone ahead and lost our witch. That's a bit of a shame. Because this guy's got a lot of damage. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to quit that fight. We're going to go into our formation, and we're going to go like this. So now that Arno's going to take that damage from the first initial shot, hopefully we're not going to lose Arno, and the witch is going to be able to cast her stun spell. Let's go ahead and hit that. There's the stun spell before the King of Blood, whatever his name is, managed to get off his shot, which means that Arno is still alive. Arno is going to do the ton of damage. We're actually going to go ahead and hit the Shadow Arrow on Arno in the back, which is going to kill him off and means that the enemy has just lost a ton of damage. Let's just go ahead and hit Volcano just to help get a bit of damage on the King as well, and that, my friends, is another thing. Now, the next thing that I want to actually talk about, guys, is how are you doing in your dungeons and stuff. Now, on this account, I haven't got many legendary souls and stuff. So fighting the dungeon is really, really important to obviously get to the end of this fight. Oh no, my actual king got knocked down that time. Now, you can see there, guys, that when he actually cast his spell, my actual king managed to get stunned that time. So that was a little bit frustrating. but that's why you still bring Purification with you, just in case you do happen to get hit by a stun spell of some kind. Because if you actually bring Purification still, you're going to be able to get yourself out of those sticky situations. And you're going to be able to, like, obviously go ahead and, unless, of course, you get stunned again. So Purification is still going to be able to help you get away from this kind of stuff. Now, we're actually going to be doing a really little amount of damage here. Oh, come on. Like, how did he actually get unstuck? That's absolute jibber jabber. Come on now. Now, let's just go ahead and skip that. Not skip it, but restart it. Just because, obviously, Arno did happen to die there. And I don't really want Arno to die because he is my main damage dealer. Without Arno, this team has no damage. Because of the fact of it is purely all down to Arno. What is going on here? Like, this guy must have some seriously high level cards because of the fact of he's just doing so much damage to me. I'm going to just let this die, and I'm probably just going to skip this fight. But before I skip this fight, I'm going to check out what level his cards are, because Arno's not seeming to do any damage to him. Yeah, like, look at that. He's actually got level 7 cards. That's why Arno's doing, like, no damage whatsoever. Because my Arno, as you saw, is only, like, a +1, I believe. So he's not too strong when it comes to obviously yeah, look, +3. So he's not too strong when it comes to obviously fighting against level 7s because their defense is just so much more higher. But we can work around it. We can change things up. Like, look at this. This guy is actually going to be a problem as well. Because look at that. My shield is already dead. It's so frustrating fighting people that are like so much higher level than you. Especially when your spells keep missing. Like, you can see there that I just cast a spell and it just missed the attack. So I've done no damage to that shield whatsoever. Let's just go ahead and change this again. Let's see if we can get into the 15 and fight this guy and take out the dungeon. Because it's really frustrating when this sort of stuff keeps happening. Because of the fact of when it gets to the final end of the dungeon, we are getting to the point that I'm fighting people that are so much stronger that when I lose Arno or something like that, it does become a huge problem that we can't actually get past the fight if I can't keep Arno alive because of the fact of obviously I lose all of my damage. And that is the downside to running the so-called perma-rage deck, is if your damage dealer dies, you're pretty much not going to be able to win the fight because obviously the War Mage doesn't do damage, the Blood Commander doesn't do damage, and the Witch doesn't do damage. So it's only your hero and Arno that are doing damage, or your hero and whoever your damage dealer may be, whether it is the King or the Monkey King, the Bloodlord, like such as this guy. He's actually using the Monkey King as his damage dealer. Now, that is perfectly fine because the damage dealer, being the Monkey King, is a really good hero to use. But in terms of the damage that he puts out in comparisons to Arno, is nothing. The Monkey King will do 400% damage in a column, so he'll do 400 damage to the front and the back row, whereas Arno's going to do 2,500% damage to a single target. So he's doing like 4 times as much damage to one person than what the Monkey King is doing to 2 people. So it's pretty damn crazy. But let's go ahead and open up these bad boys right here. See if we can get anything special. Nice, we actually got purple, so that's going to come in really handy. And, oh, really? Wow, okay. So I think we still need the blues on people as well at the moment. So all of the souls that we got right there are going to be helpful. But the purple one, like, look at that. The blue one is really, really helpful, but the purple one is very helpful. Now, I've got the blue one on there already, so you can see here, not many souls at the moment, guys, but we do have 2 legendary souls, which is really great. So we're going to be saving up to get that stuff and moving on. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, then please make sure that you hit that like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace on the streets.